Now, a story topping our bulletin this morning, of course, striking taxi drivers are blockading Gauteng's main highways, affecting the N1, N3, N14 and Johannesburg's M1. The N1 highway northbound between Johannesburg and Pretoria has now been open to traffic. It was closed earlier at Allendale, as well as New Road, Olifantsfontein and the R101 exits. However, the N1 highway southbound is still closed to traffic. For the latest on the taxi strike, let us once again cross to our reporter, Criselda Lewis, who is at Allendale off-ramp in Midrand now. Chris, talk to us about the situation currently. Are there any changes from when we last spoke to you at 6 o'clock?
Well, quite significant changes there, Palisa, but what you can see here is the N1 South still massively backed up as people have been driving here for the past 2 hours. The traffic police are still trying to direct traffic as some of the trucks that were hijacked this morning and the keys of those trucks allegedly taken by striking taxi drivers are still parked there. They're still waiting for spare keys to be brought to them so that they're able to remove those trucks from the N1. But what we do understand at this point, it's not just the motorists at this stage that are affected by this. We've also seen an alert coming from Gautrain as well, also indicating that its workers were not able to go to work this morning. So the Gautrain services have also been affected here this morning. We spoke to quite a number of motorists who are saying they're very concerned about the situation, and it's taken them a couple of hours to ensure that they get from Pretoria to Johannesburg this morning. One of the lanes heading from Johannesburg to Pretoria has also been opened up at this stage, and traffic police say they're also monitoring several of the other highways that were shut this morning allegedly by striking taxi drivers. But what will also happen very shortly, also this morning, is that some of the taxi drivers will march from Midrand to the South African Taxi Finance offices. You would know, of course, the gripe is with South African Taxi Finance, where taxi drivers are saying their interest rate is too high and that some of them are being blacklisted as a result of the repayments that they need to make on their taxis. But the situation here extremely worrying for these motorists who are saying it's really going to take them a couple of hours to get to their various workplaces. And I'll see if I can't speak to one of these motorists here as well. Let me see if I can get much closer. We'll ask our camera person, Mangoba Nkosi, to see if we can just chat to some of these motorists. Let's see if we can have a word with you, sir, about the delays here. Well, it doesn't seem to be keen to speak to me at this stage, but I will try another one as the cars move towards this direction. Quite a lot of concern. Let me move there with Mangoba Nkosi towards this gentleman. Looks like he's taking his kids to work as well. So if we could have a word with you. Obviously very frustrating being in these lines here this morning. How long have you been here?
I'm here since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm standing from 4 a.m. in the morning until now.
Are you taking your son to school?
Yeah, we're going to school and we're going to a funeral. Actually, we're late already. He's very frustrated, seriously. And the authorities, they must do something about it.
Well, that's certainly the sentiment that is shared by many of the motorists on this route. We're unfortunately unable to interview many of them. As you can see, the traffic is moving quite slow here this morning, Palisa. But what police are certainly saying is that the situation has really improved from what we saw this morning, where majority of these highways, right from the Johannesburg area stretching towards Pretoria, had been closed off. One of the massive delays that's still taking place is towards that direction there. You can see this lane here has been shut off by traffic police because of some of the trucks that are still blockading the road there. Those truck drivers still waiting for spare keys to be brought to them. But I think of major concern at this point is the violence now associated with this taxi strike. We heard from taxi bosses yesterday that they were not anticipating any violence to take place. But in speaking to these truck drivers who are indicating that they've been pointed with firearms, they were pelted with stones this morning and told that they were not supposed to move from the area where they are. So we'll certainly get some reaction from the taxi bosses about why this has now escalated into a violent strike. We'll certainly get that reaction once they move from the Midrand area to the taxi finance offices, which is also in Midrand, where they're expected to hand over that memorandum of demands.
All right, thank you so much to our reporter there, Criselda Lewis, talking to us about the taxi strike. And of course, thousands of commuters have been left stranded after the main road between Johannesburg and Pretoria was blocked by protesting Gauteng taxi drivers.